Raila Odinga will today be in Awendo town, hosted by the area MP, Honorable Walter Owino. But the area governor, Honorable Okoth Obado, will not be able to attend the meeting. Okoth Obado is barred from visiting Awendo following the death of Sharon Otieno. And yesterday, Okoth Obado addressed some of the issues which he feels Raila Odinga should address. So listen into the address by Honorable Okoth Obado in his office yesterday.
There is also nothing like Maram Road built for the exclusive use of Justice Ojwang. And I want the public to know that where Justice Ojwang resides, he is not even the first person to have built a home there. We went there and found that so many other homes had been built there, and the road was long in existence before he moved in there. So it is very wrong, it is highly malicious for somebody to tarnish the name of Justice Ojwang with those useless things. And I want to say that that is malice of the highest order. We must not use our institutions to punish and embarrass innocent individuals. It is very, very unfortunate. I think the whole affair very, very unfairly. I don't have any particular interest in Awendo town, save for the interest of the public. And Awendo town is a town that has been there long before I was even born. I don't own a single plot in Awendo town, and that is very, very true. If anybody knows my kiosk or my plot in Awendo, let them come up and tell the public where that plot is. And I wanted them to tell the public the specific interest that I may be having in Awendo town that is now making them to connect my name with Justice Ojwang's name. It is very unfortunate that now if you want something to look bad in the eyes of the public, you attach Obado's name. Because really I don't see any other good reason why Justice Ojwang should be dragged into this kind of cheap politics and propaganda and also malice. I repeat that I don't have any specific interest in Awendo town. Those who went to court about the land in Awendo, there are guys who are compensated over 40 years ago, and even children who are born in Awendo during that time are now grandfathers and grandmothers. So it is just total madness to imagine that you can now displace that total population of Awendo. Where do you take those guys to? Where do you displace that population to? So Justice Ojwang arises from land in Awendo, and Awendo is where Sony is also housed. I want to thank the workers of Sony for having accepted to resume work. I think the path they had taken was a very, very deceptive path, because if that facility is left idle, then the workers were going to lose a great deal. So what they have done is very good, and I still want to request them to put all their good efforts together and ensure that the factory works. With a dead Sony, the farmers will be exposed to very, very hard life. But with a Sony that is running very, very smoothly and soundly, the farming fraternity around this region will be a very happy lot. So it is my prayer that the national government that had requested Sony, in fact not requested, but that had commanded Sony to keep on crushing even when they wanted to stop and carry their annual maintenance, I want us, the national government, to now come up and move with a lot of speed to salvage Sony. There's even a loan facility that Sony had negotiated. And all indications were that Sony was going to be given that amount. Unfortunately, after exhausting all the strength of Sony, then the national government bids a very big about turn, and now says that the money will not be available. So that is betrayal. It's as if somebody is not interested in the well-being of Sony. It is as if some people are fighting very hard to ensure that Sony dies a natural death. Even those who are being persuaded to come and buy Sony, unless they are being told that Sony will be slaughtered first so that they can get it at a throwaway price, those so-called strategic investors or private investors, in my view, in my very, very honest view, none of them would be happy to buy a dead enterprise. But if it is a going concern, something that is operating on a daily basis, and you are called upon to buy, or you are persuaded to buy, you will feel very happy. So why do you want to see Sony dead? Then you sell it at a throwaway price. That is betraying the farmers of this region, and personally, I can't support such a move. I also don't support the notion that government enterprises are just entities that are doomed to fail. We have had success stories from the other countries. China is one of them. The Chinese enterprises are supported by the state, and all of them are very profitable. That is why we are able to see the Chinese construction firms coming to Kenya here and doing high volume businesses. Why don't we also support our enterprises and ensure that they succeed? If they are failing, it means that our policies as a people or as a government are what has been failing us. Because if you have good policies and over that long period of time, why can't these enterprises succeed? The greatest threat on the Kenya sugar industry is the flooding of the market with cheap sugar. It is as if people are dumping sugar into our market, and we have forgotten completely to observe the commercial trade protocols. So counties that are even high-cost producers, some of them are doing even poorer than us, are exporting their sugar into our market, and to us we are just happy about it. I want to differ with so many people on those aspects. We must not be told each and every time that we are a high-cost producer, and so we must just open our markets and allow the cheap imports. What is it that other countries are doing that we cannot do? For example, our neighbors there, Tanzania. Why are they a low-cost producer? Not only in sugar but also in maize and even in livestock. A lot of animals do come in here, they are from Tanzania. What is it that they are doing differently that we cannot do? Another case in point is Uganda. Now Ugandans will be exporting their sugar into our market here. They are feeding us with bananas. They are feeding us with beans, with maize, and so many other things. What is it that the Ugandans are able to do better than us? And why is it taking us a lot of time to copy what they are doing? I've found a perfect opportunity to settle political scores. Because you can't just create a lie and repeat it several times so that people come to believe that it is true. I think there are people who have been baying for the blood of Justice Ojwang, and now they are hiding under something that cannot be substantiated. Because if it is a road, there are so many Kenyans who are not blind, they have eyes. The Kenyan population without eyes, I think, is a very, very insignificant population. And the government has eyes. Instead of having moved that thing some steps higher, why could they have come to verify whether that road was built? Then they could now form those tribunals and carry on with the rest of the other processes.